thing number two that you need to know about this morning, earnings out from FedEx after the close of trading yesterday. FedEx coming out missing when it comes to earnings per share, beating by a hair when it comes to revenue. And the company blaming Omicron in part. CFO Michael Lenz saying it caused disruptions to our networks and diminished customer demand in January and in February. Now, FedEx, you might think a company like this would be affected by rising fuel costs, but in fact, it passes a lot of those on to customers in the form of surcharges. No, Brian Sozzi, as you flagged to us this morning, what's really an issue cost-wise for FedEx has been what's going on with labor costs. That said, the company's adjusted operating margins did rise to 6.2% from 4.9% a year earlier, but that was still short of estimates.
Well, you can add FedEx, Julie, to the list of the growing list of companies that are putting fuel charges now, surcharges on their customers. Of course, Uber has, Lyft has this week. Now, those surcharges will kick in actually on my birthday, April 4th. And very complicated to understand what they are, but your packages will likely go up a couple dollars because of higher fuel costs. But I do want to mention this quote on the call last night from FedEx COO Raj Subramaniam. He said, quote, "We estimate the effect of Omicron-driven volume softness in our Q3 results was approximately $350 million. And it's just another sign that the pandemic is very much with us. It continues to impact big businesses. Sure, you might see the stock market rally after Fed decision day, but companies are still dealing with a lot of pandemic-related pressures."
Yeah, although you would think that that would be sort of waning at this point, Saz, although who knows, we're bracing for another wave, it sounds like, with this BA2 variant. One more thing I wanted to mention is sort of the mix at FedEx. Ground unit volume was actually little change from a year earlier, which I think is really interesting. It sounds like some clients at FedEx were migrating to air freight because they sort of avoid some of the supply chain issues, the port issues and whatnot, by going in that way. So that's something that's interesting. But at the ground unit in particular, Morgan Stanley analyst said the miss there might be jarring for investors. So that's partially reflected in what we're seeing in the stock action.